Hello, hopefully I found you well. This is your United Uncle as we talk about Manchester again. Today we're talking about men of the moment, Altay Bahindir. I hope I got it correct. Some of these words are not English and maybe my pronunciation is not up to scratch, but please don't hammer me in the comment section. Uh, I'll get to know the names correctly and pronounce them correctly. But as I know, Altay Bahindir. Uh, this guy is our second goalkeeper. He was bought on the transfer deadline in 2023 by Eric Ten Hag from Fenerbahce. He was confirmed on the 1st of September 2023. He came roughly the same window with Andre Onana. Onana was bought earlier. We're supposed to replace Dean Anderson and David De Gea. Since then, we can say for Manchester United, he has played, if I'm not mistaken, for Manchester United, he's played about 5 games. In those 5 games, there's 2 in the FA Cup and 3 in the Carabao Cup, conceding a total of about 8 goals. It sounds bad, but remember, most of those goals they were against the Spurs. We conceded about 4. And on that match against Spurs, people were against him. People were going for the guy. They were saying what a useless keeper because of the penalty. He conceded from a direct penalty, but it was not his fault again. Because if there was a VAR review, you would see that the attacker for Spurs hold his hand and it affected him to jump properly. But I always knew that this guy is a good goalkeeper. I've seen him play for the junior team in Turkey. I've seen him play 1 or 2 games for Turkey. You could see that he's a good goalkeeper. I've seen also some highlights of him when I was at Fenerbahce, but not a lot. Because what I usually do when Manchester is linked to a player, I always do my research to see what has that player done. Is the player good enough? I was convinced that this goalkeeper was good. He's even good enough to be our number one, to play in front of Onana. Judging from how he played yesterday, Onana should be sweating now as we speak. And there's this argument which is going around. Should we start Onana or should we start Altay for the game against Southampton? I don't know. Leave your comments. What do you think about it? Because there's a big movement saying it's high time you give Altay also some games in the Premier League so that Onana doesn't relax. Onana is a good goalkeeper. He's very confident. You should listen to him talk. The way he do his risky passes and what. That's very. He's got nerves of steel, made of steel. That guy. But some of the passes he does, even me watching, I can barely watch those things. But you need a competition. Like what I said, every position we need competition. People say you don't change a goalkeeper. I don't know who came up with that narrative that you don't change your goalkeeper. Me, I prefer changing. Other teams are changing. Man City changes keeper. Pepe another day is Ortega, another day is Anderson. We've seen it at Chelsea. They are changing. Brighton, they've been changing. Liverpool, yeah, they are forced to change. But have you seen how the second goalkeeper is playing? Tottenham is playing another one. Only Arsenal was not keen. He did it first days to change Ramsdale and David Raya. He just did it some first days, but he went with these guys for David Raya. So I don't know. Last season, Onana played all matches in Europe, all matches in the Premier League. Only some few cup games for Altay Bahindir. So I think even you remember last Onana was supposed to go to the Africa Cup of Nations and he had to postpone to go on the last day after playing a match, because he wanted to play for us. It shows that even the coach then, which is Eric Ten Hag, didn't have the courage or the guts to play Altay. They didn't trust Altay. But me, I wanted to see Altay in a normal game, in a big game. What does he do? This week, everyone was shocked when Amberon said that he's going to start Altay against a big team. Everyone was shocked, everyone was afraid, and even in the first half, that goal, people are also blaming him because he didn't punch it. He didn't do a good punch. Then Arsenal scored after that like weak punch, but the guy redeemed himself. You saw the saves he did. There was a face-to-face save against Declan Rice. That header was a goal, but look at what he did. Look at the penalties. Look at what Altay did. The guy redeemed himself. As you all know, they always say that there's always a second chance in life. Never give up. If you feel that everything is against you, if you feel that all the odds are against you, please, there's always a second chance, and God is for everyone. And whoever you believe in, because I know this video is seen by a lot of people. People believe in many things, but there's always a second chance. Altay is a proof that there is a second chance in life. Look at what he did in the second half. Look at what he did in the extra time. Look at what he did on the penalties. Altay, he was born on the 14th of April 1998 in Turkey. He's a Turkish guy. He played for the junior teams in Turkey, about 2 teams before he went to Fenerbahce. He started to play for the senior team at the age of 20. He played for Fenerbahce for about 5 seasons. For Fenerbahce, he played for about 5 seasons. Being his highest honor, being second in the Premier League and winning the Turkish Cup. He played about 145 games. He conceded 162 goals and keeping 44 clean sheets in the process. That was his time at Fenerbahce. Manu, I've told you, it's about 5 games, 8 conceded. For Turkey, he started in the Euro once. He started in the Euro qualifiers once. He started in the World Cup qualifiers once. But he's always there as the second goalkeeper. He's always there. Every time when there's a national team call-up, Altay is always there. It's just unfortunate that the number 1 is a bit experienced and is better than him according to the coach. But it doesn't mean that Altay is not a good goalkeeper. Like at Manchester, you've been there the whole of last season. He never played one single match in the Premier League. But it doesn't mean he's not a good goalkeeper. Then, talking about him, Altay is about 1.98 meters, which is almost 2 meters tall. His major strength is cutting crosses, those set pieces, those corners from the wings. The corners or the set pieces from the wings, even crosses during a live game. He's good at intercepting those things. He's good at commanding his box. Those are his major strength. Altay also, what I've noticed with the games which I've seen, taking out for yesterday, he's good with his feet. That was his main reason which Ten Hag brought him. Because Ten Hag wanted ball playing keepers. That's why he opted for Onana in place of Degea. As we always knew that Degea had a weakness with his foot, but in terms of saving, no one was above Degea. So he bought Onana, then he bought Altay. As of yesterday's match, you could feel for the guy. He's not confident. So he opted for long balls. Maybe it was also a tactic from the coach. Hit long, boys, we've got Garnacho that side, we've got Rasmus. Hit long, boys, Arsenal gonna camp in our half. So every time the goalkeeper, if you go, you have the ball in his feet, hit it long. Stop those small passes to avoid unnecessary pressure. So sometimes it might be a tactic from the coach. It might not be necessarily from the keeper that is opting to hit long. People are complaining, why does he hit long every time? Why does he hit long? Why does he hit long? But believe you me, if Altay is given a chance, he's very good with his feet. He's very good at passing. He's got those small passes, but I don't know if he's such a risk taker than Onana. So it's difficult to compare the two. But one thing which I've noticed that Altay is better than Andre Onana is reflexes. The guy can dive. His reflexes. If there's a way of measuring the speed or the percentage, the rate of diving, that guy is very flexible. He's just like David De Gea in a way. On that one, I give him. He's ahead of Onana in terms of reflexes. Maybe now in terms of confidence, because listening to his interviews and he's not like very comfortable in talking English and things like that. And he's like a shy guy. He's just, this previous coach said, Altay is a person who needs love, who need people to support him. If you can support him, you see the best of him. That's what I've noticed. He's just a down to earth, a shy guy. But otherwise, he's got similaristics of David De Gea, even the body frame, even if you like to see the appearance, there's a bit of a David De Gea in that keeper. I don't know, but yesterday I was happy for the guy because if we're defeated, it was gonna be another. The people were gonna be blaming him. Why did you come in? Why did you put Onana? But it was a risk worth taking, and that risk paid off. Since Altay is man of the match, I've decided to put this video today. It was not part of my script. As you know, I'm still studying Man United problems. I'm going to do the solutions and things like that. But I said, let me wait with my series. Let me put this one for Altay Bahindir because I believe there's a lot of people who didn't know about this guy until yesterday or until the Spurs game. But make it a point that every time, if you're a Manchester United supporter or just a football loving supporter, if you hear that your team is buying this player, just go on YouTube, type the name of the player. There's many games, many highlights, clips, you name it, you know exactly why we put that player. So if he managed that when it comes to Manchester, he's no longer producing, it means now it's the pressure. Because Manchester, they hardly buy a player who doesn't know what he's doing. But it's like when people come, their careers, they get finished. It's pressure of the badge, pressure of playing against Manchester. But Altay Bahindir showed that if you gather yourself, compose yourself, and play the game, the rest is history. This is your United Uncle. If you liked my content, please like, subscribe, and share. By subscribing, I've seen I'm getting a lot of views in my videos. I'm very happy. I thank each and everyone who's taking his time to watch my videos. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. By you subscribing to this channel, you're helping me to improve my setup, you're helping me to improve my content, to do more research, to bring you also good quality content. So please, help me, help you. United Uncle. Peace.